Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode number 5 of the In the Ring Action Podcast. I am your host, Peter, joined by my co-host, Peter.
Hello.
All right, so we got a big show to get to. Obviously, Backlash predictions is probably going to take up the most of it. So we're just going to get started and go right into Monday Night Raw, which was significantly better than last week's, though.
I wouldn't say it.
Mm,
I mean, I think the factor that helped the show the most was the crowd.
Definitely,
And
which thank you for bringing that up, which comes to my point about the Greatest Royal Rumble being terrible because of the crowd. This just shows how much the crowd can help a show.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so we started off with Roman, and then obviously Joe talked, and then you had Sami come out, Owens come out, Mahal come out. What do you think about this, this little segment here that then set up the 6-man tag match, which I thought was going to be the main event. Thankfully, it wasn't, though.
I mean, I liked it, but I don't really know why they put Owens and Zayn in there to begin with, because, I mean, they knew they were going to get this huge hometown pop, which they did. So it was, kind of useless.
I just didn't like the fact that they didn't win the match, but we'll get to it later. I also don't understand the Lashley and Braun Strowman tag team, but we'll see whatever that's going to be. Elias versus Bobby Roode was a pretty okay match. Ending was slightly weird. Do you want to say anything about it?
I mean, yeah, the ending saw Elias basically push Roode throat first into the like support for the turnbuckle, I think. And after that, the match was stopped by the medics. I'm guessing that this will be one of Elias's, well, really first feuds besides Strowman. But I'm probably guessing that Roode will win this feud, so I don't like that.
I don't know. I think he's going to win it. But watch his. I don't know if they can still add these to the Backlash pre-show, but I could. Who knows? I don't know, man. Knowing WWE, they're kind of nuts. So, all right. Then we just had the Authors of Pain winning a simple, whatever called squash match. There we go. Not much to say about this one. Then we had, I think, was one of the best Seth Rollins face promos. I don't know what you thought about it.
I mean, the promo was just great. I mean, Rollins just in general is a really great talker. And even Rollins saying something in French, I think, was awesome.
Merci.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really know how I feel about him basically mentioning Lesnar and saying that Reigns should be champion. But other than that, I think it was great, and Axel and Dallas were funny in it. And I mean, some people say that Balor attacking Rollins was kind of a tease for a heel turn, but I think that's just stupid. I mean, it's just setting up a face versus face feud, basically, and there's nothing wrong with one guy attacking the other.
I agree with you that moment wasn't the start of a heel turn, because Seth did the same to Finn before, and Finn's done the same to Seth, so it's not a big deal. I'll get to where I think the heel turn's coming when we get to the match. Because I don't want to get to it. I gotta wait. You gotta wait. I liked the Mistourage. I thought that was cool. Thankfully, though, they also didn't interfere in the main event, which I really enjoyed that.
Also, talking about the Mistourage, what did you think? I think after last week's Raw, Bray Wyatt tweeted out, I think he said something like, "Come join us, brothers. We could be a huge team," or something. So would you like to see Axel and Dallas kind of join the Leader of Worlds?
It would be an interesting faction as long as Bray turns on Matt. I'd be happy with it.
Yeah, but I mean, we all wanted to see face Bray, and now we're getting it. I don't think that they will throw that away that quickly.
I don't know. We'll see. It's definitely interesting though, but I don't. I think the Mistrage will do quite well as long as they drop the freaking name again. Because they're liked and they're funny, so they got the charisma. So I think they'll be fine. All right. Then we had Sasha Banks versus Ruby Riot.
Really good match.
Yeah, a lot of interferences too. At the end of the day, Ruby won. Not clean, obviously, but that was a good match, and it kind of shows Ruby Riot is actually really good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, then what else? We got a Moment of Bliss, which I didn't watch that because I decided to not. I am not watching anything remotely close to that. That is terrible. All right, then we had the backstage segment with Titus O'Neil, blah blah blah. I don't think that really matters too much. Matt and Bray also didn't really matter much. Then we had the 6-man tag match that I talked about earlier: Jinder, Kevin, Sami versus Lashley, Roman, and Braun. Typical normal match, right? The faces always have one guy that keeps getting cornered, and eventually they make the huge hot tags. Braun beats everybody, and that's it. I don't know if you want to say anything about it.
I didn't really watch it, to be honest.
It was boring. It was a typical tag team match on TV where the heels are gonna dominate like 75% of it, and then in comes the hot tag, and everybody's in the middle of the ring. They start going out, and finishers fly, and boom, faces win. Baron Corbin versus No Way Jose. What do you think about the ending?
I mean, WWE is basically doing what we all didn't want to see happen. They are cashing in on the Titus O'Neil slip.
Titus will slide, baby.
Titus will slide. I mean, I really hope that this is not going to continue, but since they made an own shirt for it, I think it is. But I really don't know where this is leading to.
Maybe this was just used to get a No Way Jose into Titus Worldwide.
Yeah.
I just hope they don't keep doing the tripping again. They're just like, it made sense this week because it could kind of be like, cashing in on what happened, and it distracted Corbin for Jose to win, right?
Mm-hmm. But the thing is, now that with Jose possibly joining Titus Worldwide, I think that Vince basically wants to have the New Day twice on each, or
I think the New Day are actually
SmackDown.
might be breaking up. I don't know if you saw that. It was just due to merchandise reasons that they are dropping significantly.
Really?
Which may mean, I've been tired of the New Day since 2016. So they've had a really long run. I think it was kind of time for them to get separated, and hopefully with this merchandise sales dropping, that would be
I think if anyone takes, let's say, Seth Rollins' New Day role and basically breaks up the faction, I think it should be Big E who turns heel.
Of course. Yeah, it's gotta be Big E. All right.
Just imagine it being Xavier Woods.
Oh my God! It will be. He's probably the second best wrestler out of it, so it would be definitely be interesting.
And he probably is the best talker.
Yeah, so that would definitely be interesting. Mickie James versus Natalia.
I really didn't get the ending. Why it was done.
I don't either. The only thing the highlight of this is Ronda Rousey chasing Alexa.
Ronda Rousey's quick, my God.
She is.
That is.
I don't understand why the heel keeps getting chased by faces. I don't really understand that, but that's why did Nia Jax have to come out? She didn't have to come out, right? That makes no sense. Anyway, we figured out then Lashley versus Strowman, Lashley and Strowman versus Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens will be added to Backlash. Doesn't really matter. Then there was a really good promo again. One of those pre-recorded promos with Ziggler and Drew McIntyre. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Then we had the main event, which to me would have been a perfect time to have Finn win, but but it was such a good match though. It was just
true.
I mean, I don't honestly we've had him fight 1v1 5 times now, but
I think so. Yeah.
They fight really well, and this is just a really enjoyable match with the close calls. And I love the fact that Finn kept reversing the curb stomp.
Yeah, I mean, one spot that really stuck out to me was Finn basically countering Rollins' superplex into the Falcon Arrow, into a Falcon Arrow of his own. I mean, I think that was the first time that this move actually has been countered, if I remember correctly.
I mean, the other time would be Finn, where he rolled up Seth for the win. I think he actually rolled up Seth for the win, but it wasn't an actual reverse, so it was just a pin.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was amazing. That was just... It was a really good match. Anyway, now getting to the part where I think that would make... that would be kind of... a Finn heel turn was that he was super talkative on this match, and he was really aggressive. And it kind of gives the vibes where something could be happening. Just the verbal abuse he was giving Seth isn't really something that you see out of Finn normally. So that might be something that they might be teasing. That's how I see it. I don't think the attack before this made said that he was going to turn heel. And I think though him being overly aggressive and the trash talking would make sense for a heel turn.
Yep.
But yeah, that match saved Raw. Now on to SmackDown. Let's see. We had a weird... I still don't understand this kind of this is basically trying to do the Miz what he did with Seth and Finn on Raw. It's the same shtick. I don't really...
I also thought that, because when Orton and Hardy stare down, the Miz basically gave the camera the same exact smirk.
Right. It was the same thing in the "we" chants too, so it's kind of yeah. Anyway, then we had the usual tag team match again. With Jeff Hardy and Randy Orton winning, and poor Shelton Benjamin got completely destroyed with an RKO and a Swanton bomb.
Yep.
Then we had the RKO by Randy Orton on Jeff Hardy, and I don't know how hyped you are to this match. I'm not at all, but
I mean, it is kind of like the match for the older casual viewers, and not like the young smart fans. I mean, I think it could be a good match for sure, but to be a show stealer, I think both are just too old.
Yeah, I don't... I just don't think it's going to be a really good match, because I think Jeff Hardy's definitely slower, and Randy Orton isn't exactly the guy you kind of want to have with a guy that really doesn't pick up the pace as much as he used to. So I'm not really sure how good this match will be. Anyway, then we had a really good segment, in my opinion, with the Iconics and Carmelo and Peyton doing that little Minnesota accent. It's it's the same thing as Canada. So I don't know. I thought it was really good, and I can't see Charlotte winning. It just doesn't.
No,
it would derail all of Carmelo's momentum, and this team is actually, or this little faction here actually could be really good. So I wouldn't like to see them break up.
I mean, all three are very good on the microphone. I mean, sure, Carmelo needs to do a bit more in-ring work, but I think Peyton Royce and Billy Kay are really, really good in the ring. So I think this could be a great stable.
I agree. Then let's see what else we had. Tom Phillips saying that Daniel Bryan could suffer infection on his chest, and I thought that was ew. Anyway, we had a segment between the Bar and the New Day. Obviously, you know that.
I mean, it was funny, but other than that,
Yeah. Rusev and Aiden English with the backstage segment, and Lana.
that
You
really
know,
surprised me, to be honest.
it
That came
did.
out of nowhere.
Yeah, I think so too.
I really don't know where this is leading. I mean, obviously it could lead to a breakup of Rusev Day, and there have been rumors that WWE wants to break them up and make Rusev a main big heel on SmackDown. Which I would obviously like, but I would just be sorry for English. I mean, he also is a really great talent, but as a singles performer, I don't think this would work.
Yeah, he's gonna be kind of stuck again in doing nothing and being made fun of for crying.
Yeah.
Remember that? Remember that? Remember that time
Yeah,
where,
that wasn't that against Dillinger?
I think maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
That was the most awkward thing ever. He's crying and they making fun of him for crying. Don't do that cringy stuff again, please. Um, then we had, I think, was a cringy promo by Big Cat. Not his fault, but the midget thing.
Yeah, that was cringy, but I think the promo itself was good.
Yeah, the promo work was solid, but just the midget stuff turns me off.
And I also saw that apparently they wanted Daniel to come out during the segment, but Vince didn't want to do it because of how his chest looked. And also, can you maybe turn down your sound because I can always hear myself in the background?
Oh yes, you could have said that before. Sorry about that. That should be good now.
Yeah.
Could have done that. Could have told me that earlier, bro. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't know why I didn't.
Yes, because I had the sound like all the way up at 100. Obviously, you hear it. I think you should be fine now.
Yeah.
So anyway, we had that horrible segment. We had the AJ Styles thingy with the no DQ match at Sunday Backlash. AJ Styles say that he's going to win, and then some Mojo comes out and
Yeah,
says
but
that it doesn't matter.
why did Mojo interrupt him there? I did not understand that one bit.
It was because he's going to be the number one contender for the WWE Championship. Feels kind of obvious.
Yeah, but still, I don't think it should have happened.
The only thing that I didn't like was the constant Roman mentions. I think that's kind of dumb. But anyway, then we had Nakamura song hit, and Joe got ready to fight. I thought that was really cool. But obviously, Nakamura would low blow AJ Styles one more time, and then hit the Kinshasa. Yeah, that was it was an interesting segment. It wasn't bad. Then we had Becky Lynch dress all over her loss. No, I'm not even going to mention that segment. So then we had the Sheamus versus Xavier Woods, with Xavier Woods winning. I thought this was a good match.
It was, yeah.
It was kind of had all those outside interferences. Kind of not a clean win at all for Xavier Woods, but yeah, it's going to continue anyway, so it's like whatever. Then we see the breakup of Absolution. I think it would be what makes. I think this makes the most sense.
Yep.
I don't know if you agree with it or not, but I don't know. Yeah, I think it makes sense.
I mean, I wouldn't see a reason why Mandy and Sonya would still be a team right now without Paige. I think it's best for both of them.
Sonya was mainly a face, wasn't she?
Yeah.
So yeah, I also didn't understand that, but she could do the face work now again. Then we had a really hype segment with Andrade and Zelina, and I'm like, give me them right now, please. I think the pop's gonna be huge when they show up.
Yeah, but the question is, when are they gonna show up? I don't see them showing up at Backlash.
Hopefully next week though.
And same goes with Sanity, actually.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
that too.
did we even get a Sanity promo this week?
No, we didn't. I don't think so. Those
No, we
sanities.
didn't.
Um,
That is
yeah.
kind of weird because I think Almas got a high package each week now.
Yes, he did. Yes,
Hmm.
he did. But they didn't. I don't think so, unless I missed it. But I don't think so. Then I think we had a really really good match.
Yeah,
The tag team, the women tag team, three women tag match. But I thought it was really good, and
it
I
was. Yeah,
loved the ending. I love that Peyton, like the whole segment. It was just like I love the sequence. I love the sequence. The fact that Peyton tries to like reverse the Asuka lock, and then Asuka still manages to do it. It was just I don't know.
exactly.
It was
I mean,
just
when Asuka basically took her down and still had her leg like clutched between them,
Mhm.
I thought, oh God, please don't let that leg snap. Please don't.
well, it didn't snap. So
Yeah.
uh, no, but overall, I thought it was just really fun, and the ending was super hectic as you expect. But it wasn't one of those where you knew who was going to win, because I really enjoyed the fact that they did the ending segment. Could have gone both ways, and I think it also makes Peyton look strong, because she doesn't really tap into the Asuka lock right away. She kind of reverses it, and then there's like a second time where Asuka actually manages to lock it in.
Mm.
So I think it also protects her that way. Uh, yeah, I thought that was a really good match. And Charlotte looked really strong, so that could mean that that Carmelo is going to win.
She is, and I will also tell you a theory on how she's going to win.
Does it involve the Iconics?
No.
Okay, well that ought to be interesting then. All right, well let's get into the Backlash card then, because I think we're gonna spend a little bit of time on this, except the first couple of matches. I mean, Bailey versus Ruby Riot on the kickoff show. What do you think?
I honestly don't know who is going to win this. I'm completely honest with you on that one. I hope Ruby wins, but I don't think at the same time that Vince is going to give her 2 wins in a row against basically the top female superstars on Raw.
Yeah, um, there's got to be some kind of way Sasha shows up on this.
I don't think so.
You know
I
what?
mean,
No, I could see the numbers game playing in the Riot Squad's favor, and then Sasha comes out and like saves Bailey. Bailey wins, but then the next week on Raw they come over to the same bullshit of, oh, I saved your ass, blah 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 blah, and we actually see a turn from one of them. I don't know. I could see that happening.
I mean, I could also see Sasha just not getting involved at all, and when Ruby then wins, the next night on Raw, Bailey says, "Why didn't you come out and help me?" And Sasha is like, "Well, you also didn't come out," and then one of them turns.
Could also happen. Could also happen. We'll see in what direction they take this. I'm Everybody's kind of tired of the feud, and it already hasn't started, so that's not good. uh, but anyway, Braun Strowman and Bobby Lashley versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn.
I say that Owens and Zayn will win. Purely
If you could see my face right now, it'd be like,
probably shocked.
yes, extremely shocked.
Because I think that Lashley will turn on Strowman and this will be our SummerSlam feud.
You know what? Okay, fine. That would be a good way to have Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn win. Other than that, I don't see them winning.
I mean, Strowman and Lashley destroyed Owens and Zayn this week, so the logic just says that Owens and Zayn will win.
You're right. You do have a point. All right, I'll go with you then. But there's got to be some kind of turn, and it ain't gonna be Braun Strowman. Because Braun Strowman's silver as fuck, and you're not going to ruin that. At least I don't think so. I don't think they're that stupid. I mean, they could be. Daniel Bryan versus Big Cass.
Just simply Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, I mean, Daniel Bryan wins this one. I'm not even gonna waste my time on it. Jeff Hardy versus Randy Orton.
Well, again, pretty simple. Jeff Hardy after this week's RKO.
Yeah. I think it makes the most sense. I don't see anything,
And after that, Rusev will challenge Hardy.
Rusev, Machka.
Maybe Rusev even attacks Hardy after the match with Lana accompanying him to the ring.
Or listen up. They have English and Rusev come out to attack Jeff, and then when they're both gloating on, taking down Hardy, Rusev, when English is turned around, hits like a Machka kick or something.
That could also be, yeah. That's true.
Good logic. You kill two birds with one stone. So, I'm just saying it would be the easiest way to do it, right? I mean, you have, Rusev automatically contend for the United States Championship, and at the same time break up Rusev.
True.
All right. Well, moving on, then we had Seth Rollins versus The Miz.
I mean, Seth Rollins has to win this match. There's no way the IC title is changing the brand.
Yeah. Unless they want to add another Universal type championship, which I don't think will happen.
The global championship.
Why not? No, I don't. Seth Rollins is going to win this one. Just hope it's an entertaining match.
Though. I mean, Intercontinental. That basically is the whole world, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh man.
That's why you have an Universal title, because Universal, it's the whole universe, and Intercontinental is all the continents.
And that is probably also why the WWE World Championship doesn't have the world in it anymore.
Sometimes they say it though.
Yeah.
Doesn't Paul Heyman say the World Universal Championship or something like that? No, does he say? I don't know.
Yeah, right. Heyman says Universal World Heavyweight Champion. No, he says what does he say?
I don't know.
Reigning, defending Universal Heavyweight Champion.
Okay, yeah, the heavyweight. Sometimes they use the heavyweight. Sometimes they drop the heavyweight. I don't really get it. It's WWE being WWE. So, Alexa versus Nia.
I'm going to go with Alexa on this one.
Okay, we're on the same page. And I'm not saying this because it's Alexa.
Yeah, no, me neither. I'm just going off what happened on Raw this week. I mean, Nia Jax basically got the upper hand and celebrated. And Alexa escaped. I mean, this could also mean that Nia Jax will destroy her again when she gets her hands on her. But I think the Nia Jax championship run has gloriously failed. And I think Vince sees that and will give Alexa another run.
I mean, she's held the title.
Why else is she still on Raw?
Yeah, right. So, and she's held the title on, I think I read a crazy stat, and I swear I wish I still had the tweet, but it was not on the post-media tweets from Alexa, right? One of the fans commented, and she had 80% of her time on the main roster was with the championship. It was something like that. It was super crazy. Yeah. So And plus, she's like the third highest paid women's superstar. She's extremely good on the mic. She could turn face if needed. And Naya, I just honestly don't think she works as a face. Like it's just,
Yeah.
it's not even the stereotypical kind of thing because she's a big girl, so she's got to be a heel. But it just fits her character a lot more to be that type of dominant beast that mauls through everything instead of, oh, I'm being bullied, so I'm going to take a title off a scrawny little girl.
Yeah.
It just it doesn't fit. It doesn't fit her at all. And honestly, I could see this happening again. And then we get some type of gimmick match at Extreme Rules, just as long as it's not a candlestick on a pole.
I mean, the way this is going right now, I think it will be maybe a steel cage match.
Yeah. I just, we'll see. It'd be also, I would laugh. It would be so funny to laugh on Sasha stands if Alexa gets a 5th title first, then Sasha. That would be funny. I still don't understand why. It is what it is, but Sasha stands really annoy me. It's just the hatred for Alexa makes no sense.
Sasha stands are even worse than Finn stands. Nothing against you.
I was about to say, what do I do wrong? What do I do wrong? What was wrong with Finn's stance, though? What am I not seeing? Maybe I don't follow enough.
I mean, they are constantly complaining about Finn not getting his rematch for the Universal title, and they are complaining every time he loses, and that he is super over, and Vince just does not see it. Things like that.
I think Vince has to see it. He's not that dumb, but just kind of like he's kind of put on a difficult situation with all the good superstars on Raw. So but he's gonna get his match and he's going to get his trophy soon. I don't think there's any doubt about that. That should calm them down. All right, then we have Carmelo versus Charlotte.
Carmella will win this one because I think the Iconics are gonna be at ringside, and they are going to interfere, but they are not the reason that Carmella wins. The reason is that Becky Lynch is coming out to help her, and she turns on Charlotte.
No, that would be good, but we'll see. We'll see if they go with it. It would definitely add to the character that is Becky. So, and it would get us that good Charlotte versus Becky match. But I'm not sure if they're waiting for one of them to be champions to trigger that feud.
I don't think so.
But it'd be interesting. I think that Carmelo is going to win for 2 simple reasons. First, I think that her championship reign is kind of really on the rise, and she's looked really solid with all the promos she's been doing. And Carmella was, she looked the weakest on the week before the pay-per-view, which normally means, that those are what going to win. So I think Carmella's going to win. It just wouldn't make any sense for her to drop the belt. If I'm here next week saying that she lost, I will be very upset because I wouldn't think it made any sense. All right, then we have Roman Reigns versus Samoa Joe.
I mean, Reigns is probably going to win because he is not going to lose twice in a row. However, Reigns' first loss was, controversial. So I could also see Joe winning. And I think it would give Joe a much needed push. So, yeah, I'm going with Joe.
All right, I'm going with Joe too. I think Joe's going to win, and somehow Roman stays off TV for a while. It gets somehow either written off or because just something with his character isn't working, and maybe he would benefit from like 2 weeks off the show because just Roman. I'm kind of lost. Like I said, the past few weeks, I'm lost as where WWE is going to take him after
Mhm.
not winning the championship. So I think it would make the most sense for him to drop this match and just disappear for a little bit. Because even if he wins, right? So if he wins, he's automatically going to say, "Hey, I beat Samoa Joe. I can get a chance against Brock Lesnar again."
Yeah.
And I don't really want that to happen. I mean, obviously, I would be very happy if that happened and he actually won. But given the fact that he hasn't won the past 2 times, just it's kind of annoying me.
Mhm.
Um, by the way, do you think that Brock Lesnar is going to break the CM Punk's record?
How far is he away from that?
Like 30 days.
Ooh, then yeah, I don't think Lesnar uh will defend the Universal title till like SummerSlam.
There was some kind of conspiracy that he ties CM Punk's record. I'm actually trying to verify that. Um, on an episode of Monday Night Raw.
Mm-hmm.
So what I heard some people say would be that he would lose the same the same time where CM Punk loses his, so it's kind of like a tied
Is that
record.
even possible though?
I mean, it is.
Wait, let me see. Universal
Where the hell
Championship
was?
current days. See if I can find out.
Oh wait, I should have just gone to the WWE Championship. That's how I should have done.
Mm,
Check how much Brock Lesnar has, and I'll check how many CM Punk has.
where can I see for how long he has held it? Oh, days held. 398.
Where the hell are the days held? I don't. Where is that?
I looked at Wikipedia list of
Yeah,
current champions in
brain.
WWE.
Oh wait, what? What did you? What current champions? That
A
wouldn't work though. That
list
would
of
work.
current WWE champions in WWE. A list of current champions in WWE on Wikipedia.
Yeah, but that would work for. Oh, Bayern. I didn't know Bayern got it. Yeah, never mind. I'm not going to say that. Just.
Let me see.
Uh, I'm trying to find it and I don't see it. I should have. Okay, so CM Punk. I don't. All right, it should have just CM Punk WWE title reign.
Uh,
Jeez.
that one.
434.
400. Okay, so that wait, Lesnar had 398. So that is. Wait, God damn it! I should know my maths. That is 36.
In 36
Um,
days?
yeah, in 36 days he would tie it. Oh yeah, that actually fits perfectly. So I'm guessing that it is already counting. Well, for me, it's Sunday right now.
Yeah, it's Sunday.
So,
Oh, it's Sunday for you. Yeah. So
yeah. So on Monday it will be 35 days left, and then 5 weeks onwards from that. 2, 3, 4. So that would be June 11th. Is there a pay-per-view before that? No, I don't think so.
June
Wait.
11th being Monday.
Yes, I know that. Uh, I'm just seeing when the June pay-per-view is.
Isn't it Money in the Bank?
It maybe Extreme Rules. Let me see.
I think it's Money in the Bank. July 18th. Yeah, never mind. No, wait. June 17th.
Oh, okay. Oh, so it would be the go home episode. No, I don't think that theory is true that Lesnar's losing it that day.
It would be good though. It'd be fun.
Yeah, but why would they do that? Why would they let him tie with CM Punk?
He's going to tie it either way. So he's
Yeah,
either going to tie it or beat it. It could either be a big fuck you to CM Punk, or it could just be like, "Hey, we recognize what we did, what you did for for the company, so we're just not going to have Brock beat it. Just gonna tie it. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think that is. I don't see Lesnar losing the championship on a weekly show.
Wouldn't that be sweet though? All right. Well, moving on though. We'll see. We'll see when we get to June. See what happens. The WWE Championship no DQ match.
That is also one that could go either way.
AJ Styles. Reverse logic, my dear friend. AJ Styles took the weakest, and not even just that, they made it a no disqualification match. The no disqualification match makes me believe that AJ Styles
is going to hit a low blow and then Styles clash.
Or something like that, and he's going to win. Yeah. I think if it was a normal match, we could see the low blow and then the Kinshasa or something like that, and Nakamura wins. But it being disqualification, I do not think that that AJ Styles is going to lose.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, this is their third match in 4 weeks.
Oh jeez.
So yeah, about that. We'll see. But honestly, I think Styles wins because of the no disqualification, especially because it's the only match with the stipulation. No other match has any type of stipulation. So, I think Styles wins. So that pretty much covers the whole. All right. So since we got a bit of time, I think we could just discuss real quickly what you think though they do going forward. Assuming that no belt changes hands except for the women's championship on Raw, because that's what we predicted.
So you mean the next feuds, basically?
Yeah. Where do you think they're going?
Didn't we talk about that in an earlier episode?
Yeah, but given what we saw right now, obviously it's what we kind of want to see and think, but I don't know. I just think, for example, we now know that we're gonna get AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe. I think that's pretty clear, right? So I don't know, though. You said the US would be Rusev. The IC would be Finn. I guess it's where they're going. I mean, I don't see. The only one that's more tricky would be the SmackDown Women's Championship.
Yeah.
Because I don't think we really touched on that one though. So who would be Carmelo's next feud?
I think they're going their favorite girl route, and they're choosing Naomi.
Oh God!
I mean, I kind of think that every time they don't know what to do with the champion, they're putting Naomi against her. Naomi basically is like SmackDown's female Roman Reigns, in my opinion.
Why she gets all
the only difference is I like Roman Reigns and I hate Naomi.
But not because she's black and got a fat ass. You gotta say that, or else
Reigns is also black, and I have never looked at his ass, so I can't comment on that.
Come on, don't lie. I know you've looked a couple times at that Samoan booty. You know you like a Samoan booty. All right. No, I don't know what they're going to do with that one, but I think Finn Balor, probably Rusev, Samoa Joe are the three main ones, and we'll see. And Alexa versus Nia, that's happening again, I think. So
yeah. Tag team championships for SmackDown. I mean, obvious choice would be Sanity, but
if they don't bring out Sanity, could see the club because the Bar are involved in a feud with New Day, so and the Usos also, already lost. So
what I just noticed, there is no single tag. Oh well, besides the Strowman Lashley one, but there is no tag team championship match on the card.
Yeah, that also leaves me wondering if we're going to see the titles be defended every 8 weeks, like, you know, like 4 weeks it's one championship, the next 4 weeks, you know, we see the other championship be defended. I'm not sure if they're doing both, you know, defending both tag team championships on the same pay-per-view. That's what I was trying to say.
I mean, I think it depends on the feuds they have going at the moment. Because I think if it's two huge feuds, they will do it at the same pay-per-view. But if it's like, if they know what to do with the one champion, with the one champions, but not with the others, I think they will go your way.
I could see it happening. All right, then we'll just get to the simplest question that we ever got. No, not really that simple.
Yeah, after that, I also got 2 more things to discuss.
All right, so let's just get to the question first. It was asked by the guy who plays The Miz on GSPW. If you don't know GSPW, it's just fantasy.
Also, it's JSPW, not GSPW.
JSPW?
Yeah, because GSPW would be a completely different letter.
Right, J. Anyway, he asked AJ Styles or John Cena, who's better?
Ooh, that's a good question.
It is, isn't it? Are we talking like it's so hard because it's like hard to distinguish everything? Like, if we're just talking in the ring, it's gotta be AJ. But like overall, you can make a case for Cena because Cena destroys everybody on the mic if he wants to.
Yeah,
and he's very good in the ring. So,
I mean, if we look at just the accomplishments, it would be Cena.
I don't know.
Yeah,
because you gotta think about not the TNA World Championship, doesn't really matter, but the IWGP Championship. You know.
Yeah, but just at the amount of times that Cena has won a championship, and also what he is doing outside of WWE.
Exactly, that's the hard thing. It's having to distinguish everything. I think if we're talking in-ring talent, I don't think it would be, you know, really hard to say that Styles is better.
Exactly, I think in-ring talent, Styles is definitely better. Mike-wise, I think
Cena's better.
Cena is better, but not by far.
No, it's like they can hold up really well against each other. I just think that Cena has this just uncanny ability to improvise the Rock style. You know, I think those two are probably the best talkers of all time. So, I mean, if you get compared to the Rock, you know, it's really hard to top that.
Yeah, and I think if you look at how many people react to both of them, I think they're probably equal.
Yeah, the only thing that John Cena is polarizing. He gets, you know, good and bad reactions. I think just always gets good reactions. But the matter of the fact is that, you know, John Cena gets people moving, you know, one way or another. So yeah, and you gotta praise that. And I remember going to a live event. I don't know if it was like 2007. I think it was 2007 because Bobby Lashley was in the WWE. I saw the Great Khali versus Rey Mysterio. Don't ask me. I don't barely remember that match, but I remember that. I also remember Carlito versus Eugene. Remember Eugene? Yeah, that guy was a thing. I remember him running against all the 4 ropes, just like running. Anyway, the main event was John Cena versus Randy Orton for the WWE Championship. I think
good match.
It was such a good match. I think the ending was really solid. I think it ended either with an STF or an SU. I can't remember, but we saw the RQ anyway. But I was just going to say that the reaction when Randy Orton came out was really, really strong. But then in came John Cena and the place just erupted. And we're talking about a place that has they didn't even have any type of Titatrons or anything. It was just the music and the ring in the middle, and it was just like everybody just exploded as soon as the song started to hit. So I one way or another, I think Cena is one of all-time greats, if not the greatest.
Yeah.
That was a hard question to answer.
Yeah. No, pretty simple question.
Yeah, that's what I said, right? No, just kidding. Tough one. Throw you a curveball. What was the two things that you wanted to talk about?
Well, one thing is basically a minor one, but Brad Shepard of bodyslam.net has reported that Neville has moved back to the United Kingdom. So he is probably completely done with WWE. And the other one was actually a statement by Jim Ross. Because I don't know if you heard it, but there has been a rumor going around that the women's wrestlers have been paid for not showing up or for not being allowed to show up at the Greatest Royal Rumble. And Jim Ross said that and I quote, "I don't know why it would be that way. It's not everybody's right to be on any card. You earn your right to be on the card. And the women have done a phenomenal job, and I am as big of a supporter of women's athletics in general. But I believe the same thing as I do about WrestleMania. It's not your birthright to be booked. It's like playing in the Super Bowl. It's not your right as an NFL player. You earn that right to get in that game. So I believe the women, I don't know if they were paid or not. I don't know why they would have been paid. And I may piss some people off, but I'm just being honest. It's my problem I have sometimes, being honest." So he basically says that he doesn't think the women should have been paid or should be paid for not attending the Greatest Royal Rumble. What do you think of that?
This is tough. This is tough because, like, I can see where he's coming from, and like he has a point in a way, but in another way, they've genuinely earned the right to be on the card. So it's tricky, right? I don't know. It's just, yeah, you put me on the spot here because this is not easy. Because we're talking about a different culture where they wouldn't be able to wrestle, right? So they shouldn't have to be paid for not participating on the card.
Yeah.
So I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, I agree with you, but I just think that if women were allowed, they would have the WWE would have probably instantly done something like a 40-woman Royal Rumble match just to showcase them. So I think that the women probably have been paid for the match, for not being there. And because from what I've seen from the reactions of the staff, they are all probably have been pretty pissed at the women not being allowed. And I'm just trying to find Corey Graves' tweet he sent.
Oh yeah, Corey had a tweet and apparently he got backstage heat about it or something.
Apparently, yeah.
I just don't know. Like, Jim Ross has the point where if you're not on, like, if you don't deserve to be on the card, like, you shouldn't bitch or have to get paid to not be on the card. But at the same time, they deserve to be on the card. But even in that sense too, they're not allowed to be on the card because of where they're performing. So so you got all these three things. It's hard to manage.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, okay, I just found it. It was basically an Instagram post of a beer, basically. And he said, "A drink to remember that no matter how bad we think we have it, at least our women have rights and we all have freedom of expression." Hashtag if you get it, you get it.
Oh, wow. He's got a point.
Yeah.
All right, so you agree with me, right, though, on the thing?
Yeah.
Like, I think, all right. So, all right, so moving on, we still got a couple more things to talk about because I noticed that Yono was on the chat and he asked a couple questions. I don't know if he's still around, but whatevs.
Hi, Yono.
Yeah, he said if Flair wins, she'll tie Trish's record for women's championships won. So that's interesting. Then he also said, yeah, Money in the Bank when we were discussing which pay-per-view was going to be in June. And they also said that maybe Brock Lesnar will defend the title on the Go Home show for Money in the Bank, but have him win it like they did with Nikki Bella.
Yeah.
And he also asked the question if Asuka is winning the title soon and will. Okay, and if Charlotte will ever tie, I don't get this Carmelo's record. What Carmelo's record is she talking? Is he talking about? I don't know. You know what record are you talking
Maybe
about?
he's talking about the Money in the Bank record because she held the Money in the Bank briefcase the longest out of
Yeah,
all holders in history.
but she says like, but he says, will Charlotte ever tie Melo's record? She only needs one ring to do it. Oh, you mean Trish? Oh, okay, that makes. What's yeah, she will ever tie it. Of course she'll tie it. She'll if she doesn't tie it this weekend, she'll tie it very soon. And I think not only will Charlotte surpass it, I think Alexa will definitely surpass it too. And I made the calculations because obviously I'm a huge Alexa geek, and she's already like in the top 10 of the women's championship, and I'm counting like every single championship, including the women's, the former women's, the divas, and the new Raw and Smackdowns. Like I'm counting all of them, and Alexa's already like in the top 10. So I think both of them will definitely surpass Trish's record, if not, at least tie it. And I think Charlotte will end. I'm not surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if Charlotte ends her career with like 12 women's championships or something like that.
Probably, yeah.
If not, I don't think they're going for 16 because that would be, too, obvious, but maybe. All right. Well, if you got any more questions, I'm looking at the live chat. So, because I'm just going to get to a couple of news that we didn't talk about. One of them is that Jason Jordan is coming back.
Oh, yeah.
Yay,
Great.
Jason Jordan. Nobody cares about you, bro. All right. So
the question is, who would be his first feud?
Obviously Kurt Angle. I don't know.
Maybe Rollins.
Yeah, but Rollins is real. I don't think they can. I don't think they can like let Finn go away from the feud without winning the title. So I don't see it happening. But it's WWE, so who knows? All right. So you remember the New Day news that I spoke earlier?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to read you the whole thing. So according to Brad of bodyslam.net, which I think you just said a bit earlier, he said that merchandise for the New Day have been declining, which could be a sign that the act is cooling off. Brad recently stated the following, and I quote, "We've talked about how stale they are as an act, and if merch sales are any indication, plenty of fans agree they are no longer a top seller."
Okay.
So we could see a breakup of the New Day. Then let's see. Then we just had the news of Cena and Nikki breakup via work, which would be ridiculous if it was a work. WWE said they're not bringing back Hulk Hogan.
Which is good.
Yeah, and the last bit of news. There's two more. One of them is that WrestleMania might be in Vegas. We'll see.
What the fuck?
Yeah, for those wondering, WrestleMania future host cities include LA, Minneapolis, and Vegas in no particular order. So we'll see what happens. This was
what
also
stadium does Vegas have?
the Oakland Raiders.
Oh,
Right, because I think the Oakland Raiders stadium should be done fairly soon.
right.
We'll get to that. I'll get to your question, I saw it. Then just to say that I think Nico, right? No, not Nico. Tino Sabatelli tore his pectoral, so he's going to be out for like 6 to 9 months. So that is a really big injury. All right, so that's it with the news. I don't think there's anything else really interesting to discuss, and I'm just going to answer Jonas' question or prediction. He asks who you think will be the male and female Money in the Bank winners.
I mean, if they have two briefcases for each brand for the males, which they probably won't have, but if they do, I think that Elias will be Raw's winner and
Yeah, you could just give Raw who you think would win from Raw or who you think would win from SmackDown. You could just say that.
Yeah, I think Elias would win from Raw and Miz from SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
And for the women, that is a good question, to be honest.
You know what? I think I already know.
I mean, if they don't turn Becky heel, I think it's going to be Becky. But if she does turn heel, who would be a good briefcase holder? Honestly, I have no idea, to be honest.
All right, so I'll just go with mine. So male, I agree on both. On SmackDown, I'm iffy. I don't really know who I would have win it. Probably one of the Iconics would be my best guess, but that would mean that they turn on Carmelo, which I don't want to happen so soon. So, but on the female side, and hear me out. So I know that there's been rumors about it being Ruby Riot or Alexa or whatever, but I think that there's one person who can win it.
Liv Morgan.
No, God no, God no.
Why?
Because I don't like Liv Morgan. I don't rate her at all. Just don't.
I don't like you.
Sasha Banks. I could see Sasha winning it.
I mean, I don't think she's winning it because they are going with the Sasha Bailey feud.
But she's one of those that makes the most sense to hold the briefcase. Bailey holding the briefcase wouldn't be really right. Becky, if
Bailey holding the
sense,
briefcase would just destroy her even more.
exactly right. And I think Sasha having the power, assuming that Sasha is a heel, and Yono is cheesing over what I said. But
What did he say?
He said yes with a bunch of, like, in all caps. And then he said, now that's a good pick. Yeah, I know you love Sasha, bro. Don't listen to what I said earlier, by the way. I'm just kidding. I just think that she has that heel power and that heel, just the vibe that she gives and the fact that she could be really menacing with that briefcase and really tease a lot that she's going to cash in and she doesn't cash in. I just think that it kind of fits her well, and maybe like take their time to cash it in, kind of like Carmella, and maybe she'll have a decent title reign for once and not lose it after 2 weeks.
I also know now my two picks for Raw, and they are both heels. So I'm saying either Ruby Riot or Mickie James.
I don't know if they're gonna give it to Mickie, but
I mean, Mickie, as I've seen today, I think she is getting a WWE Network collection soon, and usually a network collection means that something big is happening. But I mean, okay, Becky got one, and it didn't give her anything.
So I just hope it's not Naomi.
If that happens, I'll quit watching WWE.
Like, generally, there's like, I could deal with Mandy, Sonya, Ruby, even Liv Morgan freaking winning it. Just because I just don't see anything in Naomi. She's getting kind of oldish. I don't even know how old she is, but she's been in the company for a while. Let me double check. All right, she's 30. She's 30. She's only 30. She's got at least 10 years ahead of her, which is nuts.
I mean, that is pretty old for the current division.
I mean, given the fact that Alexa's 27, Sasha's 26, Bailey's like 30-ish.
I mean, okay, Charlotte is 32. Never mind.
But most of them are relatively young. Mandy Rose, I think, is young.
Morgan, I think, is pretty young.
She's 26.
Yeah, Liv Morgan's 23. Jesus.
Sonya Deville is 24. Sonya Deville is only
27 already. Jesus.
She's the same age as Alexa. You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy though? You know what's crazy? The fact that Dakota Kai is almost 30. Well, she's turning 30. She's already 30 for you because she turns 30 on Sunday.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Okay, Ember Moon also is 29.
Tamina. Yono just said Tamina's winning it. We could see the reunion of the welcoming committee. Natalia will win it. Why not?
Tamina is 40.
Tamina's she's bad though. So
How old is Lana?
Oh,
That was creepy. What? 33?
I love us. We're always in sync. It's crazy.
Great minds think alike.
I know, right? It's just like, how old is Lana? Both of us at the same time.
Lana is older than Rusev.
Rusev Day, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Rusev's 32. I mean, only 1 year. I mean, come on, don't.
But still, I would have never guessed that Lana is 33. I would have said Lana is like 27 and Dakota Kai maybe like 23.
Exactly, right? So I'm just for that. I'm going to.
How old is Shayna?
Nixon. Guess how old Nixon is.
Guess how old Shayna is first.
28.
Put like 10 years on that. She's 37.
Oh wow, she's 37. That's old.
Nixon. 28?
No, she's 23.
What the fuck?
Yeah, Nixon Newell is 23 years old, so she's pretty young. So she's got a future.
Candice, I probably would have guessed with 32.
Oh yeah, Candice would be like 30-ish.
How about Toni Storm? I think she's
22.
Oh,
I am 100%
as
sure
old
Toni
as
Storm
me.
is 22.
Cool.
Yeah, she's born on October 19th, 1995. I'm 2 years younger than Toni Storm, which is crazy now that I'm thinking about it. How about Tessa? Tessa's only 22. Okay, there's no way we're not seeing Tessa on WWE eventually.
Emma, I think, is also like 23 around.
Sarah Logan is 24. Who'd you say?
I was thinking Emma, but never mind that.
Oh. Nikki Cross is 29.
Yeah, Emma is also 29.
Scarlett Bordeaux is 26. But I think we're gonna get to see Tessa and Toni on WWE. Especially Tessa's only 22. So
Tessa now is on Impact, so
yeah, but she's got time to get into the WWE.
Yeah, I think in 2 years she'll be there.
Plus, she's got Ricochet there. Just saying.
What does that have to do?
They're husband and wife, or they're dating?
I did not know that.
You did not know that Tessa and Ricochet were a thing?
And I also didn't know that Zack Ryder. Wait, who is he dating?
Chelsea Green.
Chelsea Green,
the
right?
Same
Yeah.
person that had a
that absolutely roasted Mac.
Chelsea Green and Mac had a feud. That's almost as bad as me getting called a peanut by AJ Styles.
Or me being called what was it? Pencil neck moose.
No. Oh my god, what was it?
It is in my bio.
Yeah, you got called.
No, wait, I changed my bio. Yeah.
There was some. I had it.
Pencil neck moose. What was that?
I'll check it and then we'll end the podcast because we're getting off topic. But hold on, you got called. Damn it! Let me freaking search myself. I'll see it.
Let me search myself.
It's not letting me. Profile. There we go. I should have just pressed profile. It would have been easier. But anyway, tweets. Let me get off the Benfica tweets because it's all Benfica.
Oh, you're right. You even tweeted that out.
I did tweet that out. I tweeted out. Where is it? I should be almost there. Also Triple H said they're getting a pay-per-view in the UK, which is about time.
Yeah.
That pencil neck moose knuckle.
Moose knuckle, that was it, yeah.
Pencil neck moose knuckle. Queen beat Tessa on Kramer 2 Peter 3/05/2018 to never be forgotten.
That was great.
All right. Well, we're gonna go off the air now. I thought that was a decent show. Yono's already not listening to us because he probably got tired of us ranting. We're just not ranting, just going totally off topic.
So. I mean, we basically talked 10 minutes about the age of women's wrestlers.
No, because it made sense because we were talking about Naomi and you said that she's kind of old. She's basically literally in the middle of it. If you take off Shayna Baszler. which is freaking 38, which is ridiculous.
Wait, I forgot to look how old Ronda is.
Ronda Rousey's probably about the same age, isn't she? Yeah, she's gotta be
31. She's younger than Charlotte. Huh.
Oops, Ronda's got a long career ahead of her.
Yep.
All right. Well, that's pretty much it that we got for this week. We'll see how our predictions are right. I'm expecting us to get most of them, if not all of them. Anyway, we'll be back next week. I'm not sure if Monday or Friday, but just keep an eye out on the Twitter handle. By the way, follow us on Twitter if you haven't already. Link is in the description. Same for the blog. That was
the blog that is basically dead, I think.
It doesn't matter, bro. You can post whatever you want there. Anyway, this is Peter and Peter signing off, and we'll see you guys next